Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik from Figured Out Productions. The following video is a video of some kind, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hey everyone, we're back. We are at Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon. This is the last Blockbuster in the entire world. 2 years ago, I did a tour of this place. Wonderful little video that everybody really seemed to enjoy. I had the opportunity to come back here and I thought, I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. Today our goal is simple. We're going to go inside and we are going to pick up a copy of the last Blockbuster from the last Blockbuster, a movie all about this exact store. It's time to support this and go down memory lane once again in a brand new decade.
I hope you guys like my little crane shot there. I cannot believe I didn't introduce myself. Yeah, hi, it's Adam here. So yeah, my buddy Jesse and I, we drove on up to Bend, Oregon. That's his car. Guys, I figured you guys would appreciate that little Resident Evil reference there. And yes, we did indeed check out, once again, the last Blockbuster. As I mentioned before, that's Jesse right there, by the way. Wave, Jesse. Hi, there you are. Yeah, cool guy. He had to go up to Washington, so he's like, hey man, I'm getting kind of bored out here. I've been stuck out here all year. You should come visit. And I have to go up to this wedding, and why don't you hop in the car and we'll go through Oregon again, and yeah, we'll check it out. So as you can see, there she is, the Blockbuster. I mean, it's active. We're not the only people there. You see the people in the background there? There's always people taking selfies and filming videos. It happens constantly. This place is incredibly active. It's actually very nice. And in fact, I'm not familiar with this chain. I've never eaten there. Papa Murphy's, that is like a local thing in that area, but they have one next door. And as a result, you can do this. You can actually get a free, pizza and Blockbuster video night, which is super nostalgia berries, isn't it? But yeah, so there I am walking around. And yes, I appreciated some of the great comments we got a couple years ago about how I look like Andrew Luck out of shape now that he's no longer playing football, which is, true. But yeah, anyway, so I'm going to give you guys just kind of a brief overlook at this place. As I said, I did a video on this a couple of years ago with more of an intimate tour, and things have changed a bit in there. They've relocated some stuff. They moved some things around. They have a lot more merchandise than they used to, and I'll give you close-up shots of all that stuff there as I kind of point to it. But right now, my goal was simple, just kind of wander over and just see if I could find the movie The Last Blockbuster, which I did not expect to be a difficult thing, but I wanted to check it out regardless. And, at first I kind of contemplated actually renting it, which, yes, you can still rent stuff even if you're not from there. You can sign up for a card, and if you just don't return it in like 7 days, they just charge you a fee, so it makes perfect sense. But yeah, at first I contemplated absolutely just renting it, but then I decided maybe instead I would just go ahead and buy it. But there you go. There's my active rental card that I got a couple of years ago, although they were cool enough to update me on it. However, I want to, nip something in the bud here. Everyone, the last Blockbuster is right there in Bend, Oregon, but everybody thinks it's up in Alaska, so I decided to actually go out of my way and see if that was true. No, as you can see, Alaska is like 90% pot dispensaries. No, seriously, I did go there. Of course, that's not why, but it was just kind of funny. But no, there's this common misconception that the last one is up there, but it's not. There were a couple, but no, the last one is in Bend, Oregon. And I remember people used to argue with me about it, and I'm like, no, trust me, it's not there. But anyway, I hope you guys find that kind of amusing. But as for the actual last one, as you can see, because it is the last one, there's a lot of there's a big museum aspect to it. John Oliver has donated things to it from props from movies. Captain Marvel had a little cameo there. Kevin Smith has donated some stuff. And they allow other people to donate things as well. In fact, Jesse and I had every intention of doing that. We had found some Blockbuster themed controllers for the Sega Genesis, as well as some video games that were actually exclusive to Blockbuster, and we wanted to donate them, but we forgot them because we're stupid. But next time gives us a reason to go. And as you can see, they have this little ode to VHS there, but contrary to the misconception, no, they don't rent VHS still. People ask me that all the time. They're like, do they still rent VHS and like N64? No, they rent like Blu-rays, DVDs, and like modern stuff. Interestingly though, they did eliminate their video game section. Last time I was there was this tiny little PS4 and Xbox One section, but that no longer exists. They seem to have just gone entirely in favor of movies, as well as a much bigger emphasis on the merchandise, because it seems like that's what most people are there for, is the merch. I mean, you'll even see footage of me walking around in a t-shirt, which actually was kind of funny because people got confused and they started asking me like where stuff was, like I worked there, and then I was like, oh, I don't work here. They're like, but you're wearing that shirt? That's really confusing. And I was like, you know, yeah, you're kind of right. So my bad on that one. But basically the shirts that you can buy there are exactly what the employees are wearing. You can rent stuff, of course, and if you have a European DVD player, you can rent a PAL. Ha 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 ha. Okay, that was terrible, sorry, but I actually set that up. And Blockbuster is hiring, so if you ever want to have that dream job of going to Blockbuster and working there, technically you can still do that. How cool is that? But man, they really own the fact that they are in fact the last Blockbuster, with all sorts of, not just merch to that effect, but it's my understanding that the city of Bend actually bought this building that the Blockbuster is in just to shield them a bit more from the costs, because they want them to remain active. Now, in my footage, it might look like the place is barren, but it's not. In fact, filming in there is actually really difficult because there's constantly a stream of people going there. Not just like touristy people like us, but actually people who like want to rent stuff. Like this is totally normal for them. So it's constantly busy. So that actually proved a logistical issue. So we just kind of got footage where we could. So I appreciate that you guys were able to stick it out there with what we cut together. But yeah, like, you know, I wanted to support it, so of course I got some more merchandise. Jesse got some stuff, and we'll show you guys that in a second. But yeah, they've really amped up the merchandise angle. For a while there, they apparently had become an Airbnb, which is kind of neat during the pandemic. But yeah, I found my goal, so let's go ahead and pick it up. So we just got out of there. Great little trip down memory lane, not just because it's Blockbuster, but also because, you know, we went here a couple of years ago. Highly recommend you check out the previous video for a great tour on this place. As our little PS, our update to it, got some new stuff. Jesse got this. This is a nice little silicone-based cup. These things are awesome. You can bake them, you can microwave them, whatever. These things are fantastic. Highly recommended. And I also got a thermos. This is what I got specifically. They had a yellow one, they had a blue one. I like this one better because it had like the authentic color of the logo. And on the back, it actually says Bend, Oregon, of course, the home of the last Blockbuster. Again, it is not in Alaska, contrary to popular belief. But most importantly, we succeeded on our goal. I came here to pick up a Blu-ray of The Last Blockbuster from The Last Blockbuster, a movie all about this exact location, and I have succeeded in that. And honestly, it really wasn't that hard. They had copies all over the place. So highly recommend, if you ever get the chance to come out to Bend, Oregon, and you want to go down memory lane and see The Last Blockbuster, do it while they're still here. Support this place. It's fantastic to be able to enjoy it one more time. And awesome to just be able to say that at some point in this decade, in the 2020s, I actually got to go and have another Blockbuster night. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you could please like, comment, and subscribe, I appreciate that. Check all the social media stuff in the description: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that sort of thing, Patreon, all that. I appreciate all the support. And I want to give a huge shout out to my buddy Jesse here for not only being a sport, driving me up here, but also for filming all of this. Great guy. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later.